when you think about flow, when you are in flow, you are completely defenseless, right? You are blindsided by everything but the flow. So it's a dangerous, if you're in an unfamiliar environment or you're not in a supportive environment,
You have to be focused.
yeah, you are unable to enter the flow because you have to be aware of other things. And yet, when you have that comfort, when you are in the comfortable where you can flow, now none of the other stuff matters. You don't care who's answering the phone. You don't, you're making the pizza the way you're supposed to be making it. You're not worried about who's driving. You're not worried. You're making the pizza. You're in the flow. You're doing what you need to do.
And that's one reason as leadership, it's so important to have a leader who's telling everybody where they're supposed to go. The quarterback tells the play to the other 10 guys on the field because he's putting everybody where they're going to go be in flow if they've done practice right. If you're in a restaurant, the servers go where the servers need to be. The food makers go where the food makers need to be.
Yeah.
And it's now everybody goes aces in your place and you can flow because the people are doing the things they know how to do.
Okay, so the leader needs to multi-flow.
He needs to so what they call it is you're surfing or you're supporting. You have to know all the different things, and whenever one of those boxes is degrading and the flow is falling apart, you go and you put it back together so they can continue to flow. And that's what good restaurant leadership looks like. And it's an efficiency thing, right? You have everything that you need set up, and when there's a surge, the leader goes and fills in because they can do everything.
Yeah, when they're filling in, they're not able to multi-flow. When they're observing, they can multi-flow in the sense of, and maybe it's
just a different kind of flow.
It's still cereal, but the kitchen's flowing correctly. I can see that because I'm familiar with the flow. Serving staff is flowing correctly. Bus staff is flowing correctly.
Wherever they put the attention, it's an analysis of, is this right? Is this right? Do I need to be there? And you can get a sense, like you can stand in a room and get a sense for, does somebody need me in a part of the room? And you can definitely do it in a restaurant. You look over, it's like, oh, they've got an entire thing full of tickets, or the phones won't stop ringing, or somebody's yelling at somebody at the front. You can kind of get a sense if you have enough understanding of the restaurant in general, and if you're a strong enough leader, you can be in flow with the whole restaurant and know where it is you need to go. But every one of those pieces of the restaurant are in flow with the micro of the small thing. And that's why leadership is important, because the leader's a leader because they know the different things to a depth and have an abundance of knowledge.
Yeah, and this gets back to your passion of, and I think it's an insight that you've surfaced. If you use AI to solve this problem, you can see how it would scale the manager's awareness, and yet the manager still has to step in and be able to flow in the instance it needs to take care of. You can also see how, from an AI perspective, you really probably need different models for each different flow that you're trying to manage. That you can't approach this as, here's the grand unified manage a restaurant AI or whatever the business solution is. That if you piece it apart, now you might have a supervisory AI that watches the other AIs, but you've just accumulated things in tiers. The kitchen AI does kitchen stuff only, and the concierge AI does concierge stuff only.
And they know the process perfect, so they do it perfect, and they're not wasting energy. It's aces in their places from a human perspective, but for the machine, so that the machine does exactly what the human needs the machine to do, and that the process can go. And if you have it's exactly like that, which is why I'm a big believer in creating niche AI, just like you create. When you're running a restaurant, you hire somebody, you put them in the position that they're most suited to learn. And then if they're capable of learning and they have a good attitude, you teach them other shit. And then if they learn enough stuff, now you can teach that person how to manage people. Now, you don't have to do that with AI, but the efficiency of I only have to train this person this thing. Like when somebody starts their first day in a restaurant, it's not like, okay, you're going to learn how to make the whole menu. It's like, let's get you how to make bread sides right. Let's get you how to make a pizza right, or let's get you how to take a phone call, or whatever it is that is going to provide immediate value right now. You don't say, let's get you how to do everything. And part of what I see, especially in the tech industry, and what I'm starting to see in the tech industry in their sales departments, is people want to bring on a salesperson that like already knows their CRM, knows exactly their clients, knows exactly uh, how to close, how to set up meetings, how to do all these things. When the reality is when you bring people in, you teach them all of those different skills and make them a sales executive by them learning how to close, by them learning how to prospect, by them learning how to have data aggregation, because then that person can run a whole sales department. Similarly, in the restaurant, learning how to handle a customer, make a pizza, manage the driver situation, manage the food, and then now they can be a full managerial person.